Hello everyone! Happy Sunday! It is, it's that time. It's that time again. How are we all? It's roasting over here in the UK. Fucking roasting. I am melting. Oh. But, hopefully, things will be a little better this stream in regards to, quality and not dropping out. But we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about the old desk scene. I think we'll just dive straight in, see what they're chatting about at the minute. Hi.
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 I was expecting to come into some juicy gossip.
Well, what were we talking about before?
Shoulder hair.
We were talking about how hairy I was when I popped out of my mama's pussy.
Fair.
Is that what you were hoping for? Cause
Have a good D&D session, y'all.
See you later, mate.
See y'all.
So, apart from that, how are we all?
Guard. Good.
Good.
Traumatized.
Yeah, it's definitely food for thought there.
Not at all emotionally scarred from the pre-session chatter.
I know. Oh god, that was something.
It's every time, though, Callie.
Yeah, every time you join the chat.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to say you're a bad influence, Jump, but
I just come in and I sprinkle a little seasoning in the, in the Discord, and I let the chips fall where they may.
cool. It's good, Deez. Is it noticeable? I would imagine it probably is.
No, can't see it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see it, luckily. You know, that's TOS right there. Oh, when I speak. Super loud?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Bet. Cool. Alright then, done. So yeah. Episode 17. Any volunteers to kick off what happened last week on Pariahs?
Well, that resounding silence says it all, doesn't it?
It's kind of that moment where I would imagine everyone will just turn to look at you, Lucius.
What happened last week, Lucius? I don't know. So last week, we got back from the society, and Cypher was like, "Oh, we'll go take care of Mac," and we give him the good news. He was going to be set free to, but first he'd have to be in the employ of some of our friends. So we got him all cleaned up and fed and stuff, and he seemed happy. For now. So that was part one of the plan. And then the next morning, we were gonna go take him over there and get some stuff done. But before that, we found out that apparently there's a complex underground. Didn't know that. Falco did. Never bothered fucking telling us that. Son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, it did when the subject came up.
Yeah, when we asked him. Fucking hell. But yeah. And the next morning we were made to wait for Garrett to come in so we could go to society and in turn make Cypher late for his fucking lesson. Nothing to say about that? No? I don't think so. But yeah, once Garrett returned, we went as a group, as I think just about everybody had business there. With Scyther having his lesson with Coroner, dropping off Mac. We kind of needed the group so we could escort Mac, just in case he tried to do a fucking runner. But he behaved himself. I'm pleasantly surprised. But that's because we
Missing a
kinda
hand.
lied to him. Yeah, he was missing a hand, and we totally lied to him.
You know, stuck in a basement in the dark for 2 weeks, fed scraps. I don't think he was in the best of mindsets.
I can go somewhere else. Yay!
Yeah.
Could have asked where somewhere else was. Get fucked. But yeah, we got there. Garrett was kind enough to forewarn poor Mark. It was like, try not to react. These people are not your usual suspect. And he was like, what? And then we went in and he was like, oh, right, okay.
I realise now.
Should have stayed in the fucking
Yeah.
basement. But hey ho. Hey ho. And then Cypher's training started while also getting Teresa's arrows imbued with magic of go fuck yourself. However, we didn't get far as Teresa has these things called morals. Turns out sacrificing souls for power is not high up on a to-do list.
Not yet.
Cypher was distraught, but he was like, I did good though, right? Yeah, cool. But I do believe she's getting something else. Probably not as powerful as the arrows of slaying that she was got. How many you get? 2?
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 innocent people, dead people. It's all their fault.
You motherfucker.
Yeah. And then Garrett and Vanya spoke with the botanist about how best to get the orbs the fuck out of town. And it was basically decided upon after our little parade of us getting robbed by zombie Tavan.
Mm-hmm.
That they would then be passed on to some of the botanist dryad friends.
Words, Lucius. Words.
Words. And then they'd be ferreted into. I can't remember the name of the swamp.
Blackmire. Or the marsh.
Blackmire swamp. Yeah, the marsh. And I guess dropped or buried or dumped.
Yeah. Basically, you know, the dryads would drag these things far underground in the swamp water.
Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna find them.
No.
So yeah, that was agreed upon. And we're like, cool. That's great. And sadly, because we'd had some technical difficulties, we put the session short there. Basically, that's pretty much what happened. It was a bit of a short one, but
It was. I think we still came out at about 3.5 hours, but yeah, it was. It was a little shorter than usual due to technical issues. So, yeah, with that, you all made your way back to the Folly, I believe, at the end of last session.
yeah, we had a Falco to talk to.
Yes. Yes. So in that case, do you want to pick it up on the return or in the morning after a rest?
A question first. We don't have
Yes.
music?
No. I do, you don't. So, what we will do is...
Turn cacophony on.
Yeah. There you go.
wait, no. We did make it back, actually.
Yes.
Because our resident musician.
Yes.
Another appearance.
Yes, you did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and I made Vanya flirt with George.
I
I mean,
remember now.
George is a handsome man. Look at him. He's a stud.
Hey, Smith, how you doing? I mean, you know, he plays a triangle like a champion. All right. Well, in that case, then, yeah, we will pick it up the next day after the escapades of the night before. Eventually, the sound of laughter and shouting from beneath the Baron's Folly died down, and you all retired for the evening. Oops. That's a little squished. That's better. There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Started bringing in a little bit of colour on some of the background, just as something a bit different.
Like it?
Yeah.
It fits very well with the overlay, colour palette.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is you know, a bit more of a muted look to and a painterly thing. Anyway, morning comes. Garrett, I would imagine you're nowhere to be seen.
Elsewhere.
Elsewhere. Cypher, I would imagine you
Elsewhere.
are elsewhere.
Yes. He was on time.
Leaving only Vanya and Reza in the Folly. So, what I'm going to say is, I would imagine you all would have spoke and given yourselves a time to meet up somewhere. At probably at the Society, I would guess.
Mm-hmm.
All
I
right.
mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do then is, Vanya,
Yes.
what describe Vanya's morning routine to us? What's she done? What's she doing? Is there anything in
So,
particular?
She has gotten up and her usual primping herself, you know, starting for the day, making sure, you know, she's squared away, and she's down in the tavern, and she is talking to one of the staff that is you know, kind of preparing for opening and stuff, and she's following them around, just chatting their ear up, and the last thing that you hear is I wake up every morning and think to myself, how far can I push this tavern in the next 24 hours? And that's what
Preferably-
inspires me.
Preferably
yeah.
not over the brink. Julian's there behind the bar, spitting in a few glasses as he wipes them down. Yeah, preferably not, you know, over the brink of bankruptcy. You know,
Oh no, not at all. My focus is to get people in here.
yes, and you know, I really appreciate that, but just perhaps a little classier clientele would, you know, be appreciated. Not to say that, you know, the extra coin coming in isn't appreciated, because it certainly is, but they've been a little rough around the edges recently since, since you went out and brought that crowd back.
So are you saying I need to talk with them? Inspire them to do better?
That would certainly be an idea, yes, and as well as, you know, perhaps get better jobs, bring in more coin.
Maybe I need to up the talent that's coming in. Maybe that might bring in the individuals that you so desire. What do you think that they like?
Most of them prefer booze. Lots of booze. What about perhaps some better booze from, I don't know, somewhere that's not Fulmar's distillery? Because, well, yes, it gets the job done, but I don't know, maybe find a new supplier or an alternative supplier? I don't know. It's, you know, you just pay me to serve drinks now. You don't pay me to think, unless you're paying me more.
Maybe we could look at some bubbly things that tickle my nose that isn't terrible. You've given me a lot to think on, and she turns around and walks off because she's not willing to negotiate pay because that's not her forte.
Yeah, Yuli just raises a hand from behind the bar and returns to arranging the glasses and tankards ready for the rest of the day. Anything further you wish to do with your morning?
She is going to so if she's gonna meet up with them in the society, she was Julian kind of gave her a little bit of thought of, should we be looking at a different supplier, who's around? So she's gonna ask around to see who the other suppliers are.
Okay. Roll me a quick investigation check.
I'm getting it,
It's
and
all right.
there it is.
Boom. So as you begin to meander your way through lower streets, you pop your head into a few stalls, or a few shops, ask a few vendors who are also selling alcohol or other similar items, but the vast majority seem to either get their goods from Fulmar or the smaller breweries dotted around lower streets and the areas outside of Novostoya. Again, you would understand that the quality is, Fulmar's is the best in lower streets, and even that is shit. So, for the moment, at least in the part of the town, part of the city you're in, no one really knows of anywhere better. You do get the odd vendor who's like, oh, if you can get into coin flow, or who knows, maybe our town, perhaps you could get some better shit there. But, well, scum like us ain't gonna get in there anytime soon now, are we?
And she just she thanks him for his advice. It's, oh, thank you, and walks off.
Oh, you thank people with a coin, don't you? Eh?
And she pats her pockets. I don't have anything on me,
You
but
tight-fisted bitch!
I can leave you with, with some words of advice. It's I don't know, you can when life leaves you with the lemons, you can squirt someone in the eye and then you can get away. And then she takes off.
You just hear this, I'll fucking remember that! I'm gonna squirt you in the eye!
But now she's even more determined because she wanted to get into the coin flow district, but now she wants to go in there and start sampling some of the booze to determine you know, what they need to bring in and if it's high quality. But she's got to figure out how to get in there now.
Okay. So would it be safe to say you spend, you know, the next hour or so just meandering through the streets, perusing the various wares on Market Row as you head towards society?
Yes, and pissing people off because I'm not giving them any coin for advice.
Okay. Reza, Garrett, Cypher, who wants to step up next? What are you lot up to?
I'll go.
Okay, Reza.
Reza is also not at the Folly.
Ooh.
She has gone out to check her traps.
Okay. For the moment, we'll bring this up just as something different to look at. All right. So scooting out in the early hours of the morn, you make your way towards the old mills, passing by the occasional peddler and farmer who's bringing their wares into lower streets and towards Market Row, and eventually start passing some of the rural streets with the tall bocage hedgerows. Dipping under them, you begin to look over some of the traps. Roll me a quick survival check. Let's see
Okay.
what we got. All right. So, first, second, third trap, all of them seem to be empty, unsprung. But as you get to the fourth and the fifth, both of them have caught. In fact, just quickly describe, what sort of traps is it that you've set down?
They're basically just like simple, like wire traps meant to be like if a small creature runs through, it'll like snap their neck through.
Okay.
Pull it.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, the fourth and the fifth ones have got two rather large hairs snagged in them. The amount of fur on these hairs seems to be falling out, and the skin mottled and blotchy. Not exactly the most healthiest of creatures, but again, the vast majority of wildlife around the corrupted city of Novostoy is not exactly prime real estate for quality. But nevertheless, they are two relatively large hairs that you've caught. And it's not until you get to the last trap, tucked away down a small side street, you begin to hear a little bit of a commotion, kicking, scratching, and what can only be described as the occasional loud squeak.
All right, Reza approaches. She's kind of thinking to herself, "Oh, I'm going to have to get it, don't I?" So she goes, approaches the final trap to check it.
And you come upon a small scene of carnage. A hair has been torn asunder and scattered across this small path close to this hedgerow, and caught in the trap is one of the old rat folk from beneath the city. Roughly a creature of around about 3 to 4 feet, well, I would say about 3 feet high, incredibly spindly. But its arm has been caught in this trap and twisted to the point where it can no longer get out. And it just, as you get closer, looks at you and just...
Oh boy. So it can't move. It can't like rush.
Oh, yeah,
at her?
it's still kicking and trying to get out, but its arm's currently trapped, and it's basically just it's trying to tug itself out, just hissing, spitting at you constantly. It's not as big as the usual rat folk you saw before in the city, but I would say it's like a juvenile.
And these are the things that are in the sewers?
Yes.
Okay. Swearing under her breath. She's gonna back up and
Your slight hesitation, it will, with its other free hand, just quickly scoop up a rock and throw it towards you. Oh, god damn it!
You sure you want to do that?
All this does, as the juvenile rat folk tries to grab this rock and twist it, and toss it towards you, it ends up contorting its body slightly, getting its leg snagged in the trap as well. And at this point now, it just begins to flail.
Now seeing that it's doubly caught, Reza, remembering she doesn't have any arrows, will stop backing up and pull out the malice blade and try to end its suffering quickly.
Yeah, you can do it. It's, with the blade poised towards it, this juvenile rat folk's just twisting itself, trying to get out of the trap, and again, you can quite easily put it out of its misery with a quick thrust of the blade.
She'd like to inspect its hide. Burn skin.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty tougher than a rat and tougher than a hare. These things are classed as small humanoids.
That's fine. So she's gonna take her cloak off and wrap its body in her cloak and kind of sling it over her back.
Okay.
And bring it back with her to the folly.
Just walking through the
Meat's
street.
back on the menu, boy.
Oh dear. As you step back into the folly after the 20-30 minute walk back, open the door and you're greeted by Francis. He looks over from behind the bar. Morning.
Morning. Got some goodies for you.
No, what's in the bag?
Surprise! So let's go down to the kitchen. I'll get these skinned up properly, and then you can have what's left, right?
I don't mind having the on the ride brought to me, so yeah, by all means, let's go.
Alright,
With
so
the-
then she'll go down to the cellar and she's got the two hairs, which is
Mhm.
normal, and then she
know your
tosses her
hair.
cloak down on the counter and big old rat body rolls
Just Francis stands there alongside Yereza and looks at this corpse of this rat folk, scratches his beard for a moment. Yeah. Rat folks. He turns to Yereza. Yeah. You think they like stew?
It probably tastes like chicken, right?
No, why not? Yeah, let's go with that.
I mean, I don't have to eat it, so I don't fucking care. But yeah, I'm just gonna skin them real quick, and then you can have what's the rest of it. I want to try and save as much as the hide as I can. I'm gonna try and make some leather.
Francis turns around, grabs a wooden bucket and just drops it on the floor next to Reza. Whatever you don't need, put in the bucket and then bring it out later and else want it.
Sure, you got it. Thank you. So she's gonna proceed to sharpen her knife or dagger or whatever it is she has, and just carefully. I'm sure this is something she's done before.
Yeah,
just
it
skin
is.
both the rabbit and the rat.
Yep.
And put the remains in the bucket, and then she has leather working tools, which I don't know if it includes tanning materials.
It would include the tools, but for actual tanning, you would need some specific items. Most notably, a large vat. And, if I remember rightly, some form of acid.
Mm-hmm. Tannin or
Piss.
something like that.
Piss.
Yeah.
There we
So
go.
Reza, yeah.
That'll
So it's probably about like mid-morning by now. So then Reza's gonna take the skins over to Garlic and have him hand them.
You're just laughing at his name. You named him, you know.
It's Garnack. God damn it. It's fucking Garlic. A poor gnome. Okay. So yeah, that wouldn't be a problem. You end up, finding the gnomish leather worker. At this point, he's still asleep in the tent behind his stall. But after a gentle awakening, he would obviously agree. What is it you want to do? You just wanted to pawn it off on him for him to do it, or you wanted to get the materials?
I'm gonna have him do it. So Reza's gonna tell him. So, Garlic, I know you are the
Yeah.
finest leather worker in Market Road, right?
Yeah, yes, I am. Yeah.
So I've got these hides here. Don't ask me where I got
Right.
them.
Okay. I'm good. They're looking a little Here. Here. And he holds up the digs his small arm into this bag, pulls out the blooded mess of Rakfolk flesh and holds it up. Really? Rat fork? It's alright, fine. I can do something with that, yes.
It's bloody Market Road. You take what you can fucking get.
What are you wanting me to do with these things exactly?
I would like for you to tan and preserve them and turn them into the finest leather you possibly can and set it aside for use by us.
Yeah, alright, I'll do what I can, yeah. It'll take a while, but give me a few days, and I will have it done, yeah. Or do you want me to come and deliver them to you?
No, you hold on to them. Just make sure they don't get sold to somebody else,
Sure, of course, yes, they will not be sold, I will keep them.
Because these are going to be used to make very fine armor for me and my friends, right?
Yes, of course. Yes, armor of Ratfolk. Then that's not a bad idea, actually. Bring me a few more, and I'll see what else I can do. Because again, this is. One hair it will get you a boot. Two hairs, you got a pair of boots. One. I'm gonna need a few more. And he points towards the juvenile body of the Ratfolk. It's going to be about 3 of those for a decent bodice or a piece of leather to cover your chest. In fact, make it for you. And he points towards Reza's chest. For your 2 pieces may be enough.
She just gives him this look, like narrows her eyes slightly.
What? I'm only being honest. I thought you'd be happy that it's less work, no?
I appreciate the honesty. Anyway, yeah, do your best. Don't lose them. We'll bring you more, and we'll get some of that nice armor made.
Of course. Well, since you've woken me up, I guess I better go to get to work on this then. And with that, he takes the bag full of skins and retreats back into his tent.
And then Reza will head over to meet up with the rest of the gang.
Alright. Just to make it easier, Garrett. What are you up to?
I am at the wooden spike.
Oh! Surprise.
Hey, I'm learning.
You are.
But my skills have improved greatly.
Yep.
And now I'm working on small clockwork type of affairs. Use my dexterous forger's fingers to make rudimentary contraptions.
Okay. What sort of... yeah, give us a little example. What sort of thing have you been making?
At the moment, I'm making a type of locking mechanism to securely fasten something onto a belt.
Okay. Well, what I will say... how long have you been, sessions-wise, have you been working at Dwen's now? Because it's been a while.
4 or 5 sessions. if
Yeah.
not
I think it's the
more.
5th, right?
Yeah. So what I will say is, if you aren't already, by this point, the Tinker's tools and the woodworking tools you will certainly become proficient with using.
Thank you.
So yeah, that will give you your proficiency bonus to any rolls that will require those things.
Delightful.
Let me see if that's something. In fact, I'll worry about that later. And bring us into Market Row then. Alright, so with that, and you were working away, Dwen has obviously thrown the odd piece of work your way. Normally either the smaller, more intricate jobs or the really labour-intensive jobs that she just can't be asked to do. She's just been, pretty much just turned around in the usual Dwen fashion of, Garrett, if you would be so kind as to, there's a few lengths of wood that's will need chopping down, and then if you could just round out the edges.
Okay, oh great teacher, the bitch work I will commence.
Good, good. Well, if you want a drink, I'm just about to put on a brew, so I'll make you one, yeah?
Your charity is only superseded by your generosity.
Oh, fuck off, Sly. And with a big grin, Dwen heads over to a small stove in the corner of the shop and takes off a small iron kettle that's been boiling, pours 2 drinks, offers one to you, Garrett, and then she just sits on a chair with her feet up on the counter just watching you chisel away at these lengths of wood. You are going to have to move a little faster than that. I did 30 of them yesterday. And she points just over to the other side of the shop where there is a stack of about 30 stakes of wood that have been carved down and smoothed off in the edge.
Yes, your muscles are immense. And I am just a poor, weak man.
Dren just rolls her eyes, trying to hide a amused grin. And she just offers a dismissive hand. This would be a task that would take you a good hour or so, even at your skill level, just with it being time consuming. But once that's done, Dwen checks over the work, offers a single nod of approval, and basically kicks you out for the for the remarks made.
Until next time, oh great teacher.
Don't bother coming back tomorrow. I'm having a day off.
Pumping yourself, are you? Lovely.
Fuck off, Garrett. She just slams the door, leaving you out on the street of Market Row. Oh. Anything further you wish to do with your morning?
Me, no.
No. In that case then, we will scoot over to the society. In one of the side rooms, just off the main chamber, Cypher, you would be sat at a table. Opposite, stood up, will be the hunched, decrepit form of the coroner. What are you wanting to do, Cypher? Why are you here?
Well, he wants to learn more about the doors, so he's gonna ask about the doors that he's got to the ethereal plane.
You want to know about the doors?
Yeah, like, where did they go?
They go to here, but not here.
I don't get it.
I show you. And the coroner
Okay.
takes a scroll of parchment from this table, and with a quick flick of his finger, a picture is burnt into one side of the parchment. Then, with using again prestidigitation, spins the paper over and does the same on the other side. But the image that is on the other side of the parchment is slightly different. There's strokes of blue in there, whereas on the first side it was various strokes of red. So, this side of the page, yes, look. That was the page to Cypher. This is the material plane. This is where we are.
Okay.
The ethereal plane, yes, the other side. Turns the parchment over to show the other image to Cypher. A portal. Flips the page back, puts it down on the table. Red side up. Puts a hole through the page.
And he does so with his finger.
You understand now, yes?
But is there only just two sides of the paper?
No. But for my doors, yes, those lead to the ethereal plane. Now, if you wish to go, but there are others
Like
in
what?
Berlin. Some harder to reach than others. The domains of the gods. The high heavens and the Empyrean below. No, they're difficult.
I thought
Burning.
the gods were dead.
Yes. Yes, they are. But just because the gods are dead doesn't mean that their planes of existence are not still there.
Okay. And they're harder to get to than the ethereal plane, right?
That
so
they
we'll not
are.
go there then. Okay. Where else? Is there a plane for shadows? And his shadows like stood there waving.
The shadow realm is tied closely with that of the ethereal plane. So, yes.
There's a realm for shadows.
The coroner just slowly nods. The others, well, of course you've got the botanist's home of the Fae.
Faye, what's that?
A place of, well, beauty, so they say. Trees, spirits, not so much. Lots of trees. Not my ideal place, no. Then you have the elemental planes of fire, air, water, and earth.
That sounds boring. Pharaoh, is it as pretty as a botanist?
The botanist pales in comparison to the beauty of the Fey realm. Or at least, that's how I used to think.
You've been to the Pharaoh?
Questions not necessary for your studies.
Okay. No
With that,
question.
Cypher, you're hit on the top of the head by the coroner's wooden staff.
Oh. Okay, different question. What about the lantern?
Lantern. Spirit lantern. Yes. What about it?
Did you find it or did you make it?
No, these are made. This one, personally by myself.
Do you think in time I'll be able to make my own?
Coroner begins to shuffle around the desk. Gets his face within 2 or 3 inches of Cypher's. Stares into his eyes for a moment. Perhaps.
Cockeyed because he got bonked on the head.
Perhaps. We will see. First things, you'll need to be able to sense, communicate with the dead.
Okay.
Can you communicate with the dead?
Well, I'm talking to you, aren't I?
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
The coroner just blankly looks at Cypher and... If I still had working lungs, I would sigh. No. Okay. Then the first thing... And he shuffles to another corner of the room. Begins to open up a few tomes and eventually takes a single scroll. Yes, this... Can you read?
Yeah, I can read.
Good. Then in that case, this is my first lesson for you. And he hands the scroll towards Cypher.
Cypher eagerly takes it because he's like, ooh, there's a thing.
When you understand, and you will practice alone, what the teachings of this scroll say, then perhaps we can move on. This is a spell that will allow you to speak with the dead.
We're not like the walking around, like the ones that don't get up.
No, not like me. No. And so, again, you're hit with a wrapped on the head by the staff.
In the same spot.
Yeah. You're not wrong, Smith. You're not wrong. No, once you understand, then we can begin to delve further into your little lantern project, yes. But no, this will allow you to speak to the souls of the dead, the spirits that still walk between the lines of the ethereal plane and the material.
Okay.
So, you've been given a scroll that will basically teach you the spell Speak with Dead. I'm gonna ask you for next session on how you've been, researching. How your studies have been going with it, and what weird and wonderful
Okay.
mishaps have occurred during this.
Yep.
Oh God.
Let's go way fun.
So yeah, so you cannot cast it currently, but this is the first step of many. It's going to be an experience. So good luck.
Okay.
Yeah. So with that, how do you spend the rest of the time with the early morning with the coroner? Do you just sit reading the scroll, or do you follow him around like a bad smell?
Yeah, I'm obnoxious. I'm like what's that? What does this do? Why?
Do you like spiders?
I like how they crunch.
Then come, I will show you something.
Okay.
So, Cypher, you are led down a long corridor into the lower chambers of the society, eventually stepping into it's another sort of holding area similar to the one that Taban was originally put in, but this time much larger, a lot darker, and very few people. Even the coroner himself seems to have come here. There's a layer of dust on the floor with no traces of footprints, and eventually he takes you over to a certain cell just off the right. And as he motions for you to step forward, this will be one of my failed experiments, and perhaps one I will send out to assist in the little task later. So, Cypher, I'm going to send you something very quickly.
Okay.
I want a reaction without giving it away.
Okay. Okay. You got a full view of that, yeah? Yeah. So I was just like, why is its head backwards?
New to the manner it was required.
Okay.
So with that and the sound of scuttling and tapping on iron bars, he shows you around a few other of his pets before eventually you make your way back up to the main chamber. And it's here where the nurse has brought in, or at least begun to bring in, Garrett, Vanya, and Reza, as they have all turned up at whatever time they arrived.
Is everybody there now, are they?
I would say at this point, yeah. Unless there's anything you wish to ask or talk about on the return journey to the main central chamber.
No, I think Cypher's got a lot to think about now. With the Speak of Dead scroll, the lantern, and some other stuff. So yeah.
All right. Well, what I'm going to do is, before we sort of pick back up and go straight into the planning phase of what's to come, I'm going to call a quick early break there. I was planning not to drink at all, but I needed.
I mean, I'd need a drink after seeing that too.
Yeah. So we'll call a quick break there. Quick refill the clock, and we will be right back. Right. Oops. Let's just move her over there for the moment. All right. Won't be a sec.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I too have returned. All right. Kelly, John. Oh, still AFK. Yeah, I found that earlier, Lucius. It's an interesting little chat. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah, he's definitely handsome.
And I think we're just waiting for Callie.
I believe so.
Yeah. I'm out of mixers, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go straight for the cold brew Jaeger.
You're rolling.
It's lovely.
Got another
Welcome
cup of coffee.
Nice. I mean, mine's kind of coffee.
Uh-huh.
All right. So with that, the nurse has let Garrett, Vanya, and Reza into the society. At this point, you would now notice emerging from one of the side chambers the coroner and Cypher returning. And the coroner immediately looks over. You have all gathered. Good to see you all.
Good day, Coroner.
Your sunny disposition displeases me. But I will let it slide. Come. He motions towards one of the counters in the center of the room.
As we make our way, Vanya's gonna lean over and say, "Did I accidentally touch you, Garrett?"
What?
Have you still got all of your fingers?
She puts her hands up, which is covered in the gloves. Yeah, but yeah.
Then no, you haven't touched me.
Okay. Just making sure. You seem to be in a good mood, so.
I'm always in a good mood. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Okay, I just, I'm a little paranoid that maybe my skin oil is leaking through these gloves and.
Less
And
talking,
I'm-
more walking.
The nurse wraps her arm around Vanya's shoulder and leans in to her ear. I am so disappointed that you went to my good friend the coroner rather than coming to me. He gave you something, didn't he?
Something's. Yep.
Yeah. I could have gave you so much more, my dear Vanya. Maybe when you grow sick of this trifling little thing the coroner has gifted you, we should have that chat.
I just like that, it was gifted and it didn't come with anything else, and it works. So, yeah.
Oh, it works, but it could be so much better.
You're kind of right, because it does make me really hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of angry. But I'm working through it right now. Sometimes you just gotta, you gotta figure it out, and things will get better.
Of course, darling. And you just hear out the back this voice pipe up. I gave her what she asked for. And immediately the nurse just turns around to look at the coroner. Yes, what she asked for, not what she needed or wanted, you senile old creature. God, have you been dead for so long that you don't understand the nuances of words, just taking everything at face value? Oh, honestly, this is why you've been cooped up for the last God knows how many years. Look, nurse just rubs her forehead, pinches the bridge of her nose, and turns to Vanya. Should you wish something a little more, then come and see me. No strings attached, no deals. Understood, coroner? I'm not making any deals. This is purely
No deals?
This is not a deal. No, just as a consider it a favor. That's
She looks at Cypher.
Cypher's ignoring this entire thing. He's walked up to Therese and he's reading from a scroll of Read Undead.
What have you got there? Cypher, what are you doing?
Nothing. It was a joke. Ha! And runs away.
So, speaking. I'm surprised you understand the concept of time. All right, nurse, I understand your quips. Come now. Enough. Coroner just start trying to gather everyone around.
Cyclops down at Garrett's shoulder. Pleased as punch.
Good morning.
So, good morning. So, the first order of business. I will inform you the botanist is currently indisposed, arranging things with her sisters. Which leaves the rest of whatever is to transpire to us. Huh? Put down the paper, now is not the time.
Okay.
So. So. Orbs need to be relocated from your possession into. And he motions to his side where the flesh puppet of Anvara Taban stumbles out. To her possession. Yes.
Correct.
So, have you had any thoughts on what exactly is to transpire today? Let's go with you first. He points a bony finger towards Garrett.
Now, are there any weaknesses to this? And Garrett gestures towards the flesh puppet.
Huh? She cannot speak. No words. At least, not through her own volition.
And she won't be affected by the orbs.
No. What is imbued in, well, my friends, is a spirit itself. This is not I casting the magic upon them, no. They are spirits infused and given orders.
So, to my thinking, we need a way for your creations to attack us and wrest the orbs from us. And also a way to explain the fact that she can't speak.
Are any of you able to cast auditory magic or make sounds?
I might be able to.
Coroner looks towards Vanya and then back to Garrett.
Because all we would need would be a few words and then some way of faking some sort of spell of silence or a wound to the throat.
Smart. Yes. Well, you, Vanya. Do you know what Anvara sounds like? Can you remember?
I think so. Refresh my memory, Reza. Do you remember?
Well, Cypher does. He has been her.
Oh, he has been her.
What?
Can you do the voice so that I can? I need to have jog my memory a little bit.
Okay. But I wasn't listening. What do you want?
Taban's
Damn it.
voice cipher. Taban.
Oh, okay. Okay. Darlings. Like that. Or do you need more? Do I need to say something specific?
Oh, what's something that she would like that she would say? Isn't she very threatening? Like give me something threatening to continually to say.
Give me the orb, you mewling curs. How's that? Was that good?
Give me the orb, darlings.
That's not what he said.
You mealing curds.
Curds? Like cheese curds?
Isn't that
Damn
what you
it.
said?
Don't change that shit.
What does mealing curds mean? Like, are they curds that have gone bad and they've got mealworms in them?
I don't. Isn't that what Cipher said? I
I
don't.
said
No.
mewling curs.
Mewling curs. I heard mealing curds.
Should we just go with peasants?
Give me the orb,
Yeah.
you peasants, darlings.
No, darlings. No.
But he said she uses darlings.
I mean, she did. She didn't say nothing, no.
Darlings, give me the orbs, you peasants.
Oh
That'll
dear.
work.
I'll work on it. But that was pretty good, right?
Roll me a
Cypher's
performance
like,
check.
yeah, pretty good.
Roll me a quick performance check.
Okay.
It's fucking bang on.
The coroner is there and he's just clapping. Saying nothing, just clapping. But it's not a dry hand clap. It's like two pieces of like two rolling pins slapping together.
See, I think he heard curds too.
Oh dear.
So, we have the voice of the Taban down. As for I will give you what I plan. She will arrive on scene with 3 escorts, yes. You should be able to deal with them, yes.
What do you mean by deal with them?
Well, I can only imbue souls in them, giving them rudimentary orders. Those orders will be protect Taban. So, there is a chance that you may have to engage in a little combat with the twins, yes, and the Scoria.
Oh, the Scoria. I know what that is.
What is that?
It was a spider.
No. Why didn't you just say spiders?
So, the place you told me of, there is a sewer entrance, yes.
Last time we met, there was, yes.
Good. Then in that case, my assistants will use the sewer to come up When a
Last-
word... Oh, sorry, go. Yes, yes.
Last time we were there, the sewer entrance was guarded by wardens. I don't know if they're still there.
Sorry. Do not mind the wardens.
Okay.
So, my associates will arrive when given a word, and we need to discern what that word will be.
Herds.
What?
Curds. So be it. The word will be curds. And with that, the coroner raises a hand, closes his eyes for a moment, mutters a brief incantation. You see a slight bluish hue emitted from his hand. It is done. When curds is mentioned, the trap will be sprung.
Vanya looks around like, was I not supposed to say that word?
How are you gonna get the word curds into a conversation?
You could just say I like curds. Randomly.
How have you survived this long?
I do eat a lot of cheese. It's good for you. It's got a lot of fat in it. It's good for balancing out, other things.
I think what he meant is, why has nobody killed you yet? But anyway, moving on.
Any questions for me?
So we just got to deal with, and he points at Ambara, her bodyguards that you send with her. Yeah, nothing more.
Not her, no. I am thinking you give, or at least she takes the orbs, escapes into the sewers where one of the Dryad sisters will be waiting. There, well, I believe the botanist said that she has a network that will go through to the mire. So, I guess I'm saying if all goes to the dogs, get those orbs into the sewers.
So, if the barn falls, we have to find one of the Dryad sisters in the sewers.
The coroner nods.
What could possibly go wrong?
Who's holding the orbs?
I will.
Okay.
I can move faster than most people.
True.
So you're gonna pretend scuffle with Ambara, and she gonna take the orbs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll... How much damage can she take, Coroner?
Let us find out, shall we?
What I mean is, we want to cover the fact that she can't speak. So if I was to, I don't know, put a slice across her throat, it wouldn't damage her the way it would a living person.
No. Long as the head is not well, even if the head is decapitated, it will still move.
So during the fight, she can remove the bag from me, and I can slash her across the throat to cover while she can't speak.
Coroner will just look around the group. At that point, the nurse to chime in. Or throat or cheeks, a nice, make her smile on her last useful day.
I will endeavour to do something artistic.
Of course. It's just like you, isn't it? Understood. Make it nice and pretty. Make them bloom in this whole charade of deception. Nurse will bow her head and step back from the group. If you need me, I'll be in my chambers. So, anything any of you wish to discuss, bring further forward?
When we're done discussing this, I have a question about my curse, so just I will wait.
Coroner just nods and looks to the rest of the group.
The
Any
other
other questions?
part in this, he may bring guards of his own. I'm not worried so much about the guards, but he needs to be able to go back to his employers and say that Taban has the orbs too, for our safety and everyone else's.
Then all I can say is you better make good on protecting him. Again, I can only offer single rudimentary orders to my creations. Unless I get involved personally, but no offense, this is far below. So yeah, you get the impression that basically the Anvara has been given a job which is, extended. There's a little bit, she's got a little bit more about her. Cypher, you would kind of understand that a stronger soul was implanted in Anvara's body. Perhaps even her original soul was forced back in. But the other creations, especially the one you saw, it's bestial in nature. It literally, you understand that he would be able to just issue an order and it would follow it to the best of its ability, but it's still got to be a pretty basic. So in this case, it is protect Anvara. Yeah. So yeah, it's the twins and the Scoria, as he called them, are they'll pretty much just go ham on anything and everything.
Okay, so charade, protect him.
Oh, I love this.
Defeat bodyguards. Fingers crossed, let Anvara go away to the sewers. Job done. Yeah.
I think that's simply put, but to the point.
Yeah, I thought I'd better put it simpler, because Vanya looked like she was getting bored.
Anya's over there going, give. The orbs. Give me. No.
See?
I think she's going to hurt herself.
So, if there is nothing further, you may make yourselves at... you wait. Wait.
So,
Wait.
about-
Shh. And he puts his staff on Vanya's lips. The rest of you make yourselves at home. I'm just... And he points to several doors in the chamber. Just don't go down those. As for you, come. And he points towards Vanya and leads her to the to his central chamber, just off to the side. In fact, where Cypher's been studying for the last few hours.
Follows amen.
You step down another set of stairs. As he opens the door, you're met with a very cylindrical room. Ceilings are quite high. A multitude of morgue slabs and desks are in the centre of the chamber, and around the sides are enormously tall bookshelves. But instead of there's books, there's scrolls, there's various glass vials that contain all manner of odds and ends, from eyeballs to hands to tentacles, tongues, you name it. There is something of that description in this giant alchemical collection. And just off in the corner, there's a small table with 2 leather chairs. And the coroner motions. Come, sit. We will talk.
Vanya sits.
You had a
No.
question. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, so she sticks both of her hands out with like palms facing him and says, okay, so I feel as though I have the gist of this, but when I touch someone, I don't feel so great, so positive. I feel like, like I do whenever I haven't eaten in a while, and so I tend to eat to make myself feel better. But what would happen if after I touched someone and I touched myself?
Rosie.
When I think about you, I touch
Myself. Since you are the central point of this gift, it does not affect you, because you are it and it is you.
I was just hoping I could just take a hand and...
You cannot affect the mental fortitude of sapient species. Cannot be easily trifled with without some sort of exchange. This is known as domineering magics. And anything that will affect the thinking process cannot be done for free. All of these sorts of magics have a price. The price for your gift is that it requires a portion of your own.
Could we have not just made it where, someone else that was just wakes up just negative all the time, that it just made them even more... You know what? Oh, okay, fine. I'll just make sure that I have...
Quite vampiric thoughts you had there.
I mean, is there a way for it to make someone else negative instead of me?
There is. Yes, but it requires a... You two will study under me curses, yes. You will have to find a willing, or... it has to be willing, yes. A target who will take on these burdens.
By define willing, like I can't.
They only have to agree to take on. Curses are not to be trifled with, and I dare say the nurse has much more experience in this field, but dealing with her, dangerous.
But they can say that, but be. What would you say? Encouraged to say that.
Ritual magics care not if they were goaded, bribed, coerced. No. Only that they are willing to submit.
Okay. I got you. Yes, I will study under you.
Good. Then you, tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, day after, yes. I will find and gather what I know of various curses. And we shall begin your training too.
First thing in the, how early? Do I just show up? Do I follow Cypher?
Yes. Yes, follow the... yes, follow him.
We share a room, so that shouldn't be too hard.
Hashtag Cypher get fucked.
Drop my Kool-Aid, motherfucker.
Oh, that's going to be great. I've lumped you two in together. It's going to be fantastic. Good. Any other questions?
No, I think I'll learn so much and how to better cope with my gifts.
The coroner once again nods in response, and with that, in fact, we'll wait for Callie to get back. So, anything anyone wishes to discuss, like out of character, about the plan? Do you want do you want me to give you 5 or 10 minutes just to have a chat on anything, or bring anything to my attention, or ask me anything?
No, so Lee, I'll so whenever. Are you going to give me some kind of signal, or is it whenever we're all within the same room, I'll just cast that minor illusion and do the voice, and then you'll immediately react?
I would say the moment that Morgan notices Taban, and that's when you do the voice.
Okay.
Because it's a bit pointless to do it before he knows they're there.
Well, yeah, of course. And I'll also make sure to stay 10 feet away from you.
Now, that's a mechanical question I wanted to ask.
Fire away.
Because there's 2 orbs, is that affected the range or anything?
No. I'm still gonna, they're close together. They're on your person. It's still going to be the the 10-foot range of the anti-magic field.
Cool. Good thing I've still got real daggers.
So yeah, I say basically just remember it's anything that passes through it will also be
where-
disrupted.
So where we're at, because I mean, she needs to be far enough away because like this is like her mouth is not gonna move.
Who, to Barnes?
So, yeah.
No, it won't. That's correct.
So they don't need to be within like close proximity to be able to run like an investigation check to see, you know?
I think when it all kicks off, it's going to happen far too quick for people to be like,
Okay.
huh? It's going to be more of a one bam, thank you, ma'am. Shit's gone real quick.
So I'm overthinking it.
I mean, we
Think
could
so.
just put a bandit mask on her as well.
We could.
And then do I need to do a...
No.
No, no.
Oh boy.
You guys love me, you know that.
We do.
We do.
We do.
Like herpes.
Okay. Any other questions?
And don't worry about saying curds. I've got it covered.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, get it.
Oh no.
Sorry about that, guys.
That's pretty
I
on
mean-
brand for us.
Yeah, no. Oh, not only that. As soon as you said it, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to capitalize on this immediately. All right. All right. Last time. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
So you spend the rest of the day with the society, or at least with the coroner and the nurse, prepping whatever final measures need to be accomplished. Along with getting in a short rest if you need it. I don't think any of you do.
I don't think so. Do we see
Um,
Mac while we were there, do we?
No. Mac is currently indisposed. It's literally the only people you see are the coroner and the nurse and, of course, the puppet and Vara. And the day-to-day activities of the coroner seem rather mundane. He exits his chamber occasionally, grabs a few vials from the botanist's side of the central area, retreats to his room. Eventually, you'll see, at some point you'll see him come out and then head down a set of stairs to return 20 minutes later, dragging a bag behind him. But eventually, a new day breaks. This is the second day, the fated day to meet Morgan back in the alley just off of Market Row. As you all begin to gather your things, equipment, swords, blades for Garrett, the coroner approaches you and remember, Anvara must remain alive. Well, must remain stood, else you will be dipping in the sewers. And a word of caution. The sewers are not a friendly place.
Yes, we have had dealings with a denizen of the sewers in the past.
Yeah. I forgot about those. twins will deal with it. Well then, I wish you the best in removing this little nuisance from the city. I will send Anvara and the rest to the sewers the moment you depart, and they will be in position, ready.
No time like the present, eh?
Get this over with.
So with that, you leave the society, beginning to make your way the short distance to the side alleys where Morgan met you 2 days prior. This time, with it being a little earlier, there aren't as many people in the alley, and as you get closer to the corner where the singular bench was, you see Morgan sat, this time not on the same bench as before, but one just slightly closer. A few of the local townsfolk have gathered around there discussing whatever drama of the day is, and behind them you see the two wardens. Maybe the same, maybe not, who knows, but there are still the two wardens on guard around the large sewer pipe in the cobbles. Now, at this point, you're about, I would say, 90, 100 feet away from Morgan. How do you want to do this?
Who all do we have with us? Is like Invara like walking behind us or something?
No, she's in the sewers.
Oh, she's already in the sewers. Okay, sorry.
It's just us four. The orbs. Garrett, I'm guessing, would be in the center, with flanked by the magic casters, with out of range.
Yeah, so Reza would be next to Garrett.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing to do, but maybe check if there's anybody there that wasn't or shouldn't be there. You know, one of these isn't like the others. Because we know the wardens aren't on his side, right?
You immediately spot three men close by to Morgan. As Morgan sat on this bench, just behind him are three men in, whilst not true uniform, it's almost a unified look. They're various cleaned leather armor.
Like mercenaries or a gang?
Quite muted colours, all of them wearing wide brim hats, and the most distinctive feature of them all is that each one wears a white leather plague doctor mask on their heads.
Oh, is that who I think it is?
I think it's exactly who we think it is.
Who do you think it is?
I can't remember their name, but they're kind of the fanatical fucking cleansers of the city.
It is indeed.
They're like plagues and fires, yeah?
Yes. The three men stood around Morgan are from the Morbus Doctore,
That's it.
a rather widespread group of doctors and physicians who want to, at least from the public's view, are there to help them remove all signs of plague, illness, and to assist in You know, any sanitation duties?
Are they armed?
They've all got they basically studded clubs. So yes, they are definitely armed.
Okay.
One of them has a hatchet. The other two have got clubs. Are you still walking towards Morgan at this point?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
As you begin to get closer and closer, the building curves round, following the curve of the street, and you notice around the corner where there's a few other groups of townsfolk. There is a singular cart just a little further down the road, and at this cart is another 3 members of the Morbus Doctore. One of them stood with a crossbow, another with a club, and last but not least, you see a very, very familiar piece of equipment strapped to the back of this last remaining Doctore enforcer.
Bollocks.
A rather large leather satchel on his back with a tube that curls round into this brass pipe that's currently resting in his arms. Very quickly.
Is that 6 in total, is it?
6 in total, yes. Roxane, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome. Welcome to the party. So yeah, at this point, you're about 60 feet away, and Morgan, from his relaxed posture on the bench, curls his head to the side, looks over you, and offers a shit-eating grin, and raises his hand in a brief wave.
I wave back my middle finger.
He just brings a hand to his mouth in an expression of shock. Mock shock, should I say. And it's at this point now where eventually you get and stand before Morgan. The 3 guards with him don't move, they just stand there, some of them with their arms folded. So just to confirm, Reza, you're stood next to Garrett, is that correct?
Yeah, and she's going to be kind of like, I guess, insight checking these Morbus Doctore to see if, like, are they actually with Morgan this time, or is he taking an opportune stance by sitting near people who are already there, like he did with the wardens?
Um,
I don't know what kind of check that would be, but she's definitely trying to discern, are they with him, or is this a coincidence?
I would say roll me an investigation check, because this is, you know, this, something actively. From the setup, they are flanking him. You've got one on either, you know, one on one side, 2 on the other. Their faces are covered. They've got these whitey tan plague doctor masks on, and you can't see their faces, so no emotion.
So my roll is appropriate then.
Yeah, you wouldn't be. At a quick glance, yes, it does indeed look like these guys are with Morgan this time. They are a lot closer than the guards were, and again, you know, he's sat on the bench on his own, and the other guard, you know, these Doctore enforcers are within 5-10 feet of him.
All right.
So, as you step up, Morgan, well, who actually turned up this time? I am surprised. I'm really surprised, actually. I thought you were going to do another Envara and, you know, do a runner.
We weren't left with a lot of choice now, were we?
Hey, don't say I'm not fair. I'm doing you a favour. You know, you give me what I need. You're happy, you ain't got it. I'm happy that I've got it. We can all just go our separate ways, nice and easy, no problems. And it looks like for once, you know, it's, hey, smart choice. I'm impressed.
Now, Morgan, you seem to have some new friends again.
Oh, these guys, I don't mind the doctor, eh? But yeah, they are indeed my friends. Yeah, for quite a while actually.
Popular man.
Hey, gotta butter your bread somewhere, and well, you know, I can tell you now because she's fucking dead and gone. Originally, you know, my friends here wanted what Amvara wanted. I didn't want to get too involved. Nice little scapegoat. But she's dead, so yeah, I can at least now show you what I'm working with. Who I'm working with, for that matter.
And these people trust you.
I've been working with them for a very long time. Very long time. So yeah. I dare say that they do. Now, it's
Because I wouldn't trust you, Morgan. Not for all the cheese curds in Malkovia.
as those words are said, Morgan just tilts his head to the side with a really weird expression of what? And almost a split second later, from behind the grate where the two wardens have been guarding, a huge crash echoes around the street. And as you just quickly look over your shoulder, you see the large iron grates for the sewer just burst open, followed by one of the sewer savages, the large insectoid protectors of the sewer. But this time, it's not moving. It's just arcing from the sewer into the air by about 10 to 15 feet. And you notice at this point that its forearm, one of the large blades of its forearm and one of its back legs have been separated. And they just... The corpse of this 15, 20 foot long insect smashes into the ground, skids. Followed shortly after by... Let's bring us into this scene, shall we? You glance over, and as this 8-legged creature just emerges out of the sewer, standing on the back of the savager, half of it looking like a spider, but you see this upturned head with eyes wide in fear just start glaring out to you all, and this high-pitched begins to echo from it, followed shortly after by 2 large ogres who barrel their way out of the sewer. And the first one, immediately seeing the 2 wardens, roars and charges into them. Last but not least, a rather shaky looking form of Anvara steps out of the sewer grate. At this point, all of the other villagers have just, turned around to see this menagerie of horror crawl out of the sewer grate, and they just burst out in screams. Morgan and his Doctore friends also turn and see this, and for a brief moment you just hear, Anvara? What?
This is where Cypher nudges Vanya.
Vanya's her time to shine. So she casts her minor illusion and says, "Hand me the orbs, you peasants."
Morgan's head immediately snaps back to Garrett, his eyes wide in complete disbelief. She's alive? What? And it's at that moment I'm going to ask you all to roll me initiative.
And while we're doing that, Reza's just going to smugly say, "Two can play your game, Morgan."
Oh, you can all roll initiative now as well. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's some good rolls. No, it's not. I lied.
They were pretty shit.
All right. So, with that then, we'll kick straight off with the Scoria. So, seeing this large insectoid, spider-like amalgamation of human and beast, or human and arachnid for that matter, you now get to see a better look of it as it scuttles over the corpse of the Savager, straight into the first few villagers. This creature just appears to be the poor remains of some human soul who's just been stitched together with a giant spider. A slight bluish glow to its eyes indicates that it's had a soul stuffed into it by the coroner. But yeah, overall, it's the stuff of nightmares. It's awesome. I love it. So yeah, I mean, that's going to tear through the two villagers close by, and then with that, spin round, see this group, and I'm going to need Garrett, Reza, all of the Morbus Doctore and Morgan to make me a strength saving throw, please. So you see this amalgamation of human and spider just begin to curl itself back, and as this rib cage on the top begins to rip and split open, a viscous fluid squirts out, sticky, web-like. Garrett, you are currently restrained. Reza, you are also restrained, as is all of the other guys, I believe. Let me just quickly roll. Strength. 2. 8. And Morgan's going to do it at disadvantage because he's sat down. No, that's not Morgan. So, everyone bar from this chap at the back is hit with this sticky liquid ejected by this spider creature. So, currently, you are all restrained.
Perfect.
And with that, next up is Vanya. Over to you.
I'm gonna try something, and I guess you're gonna tell me if I can or not. So Vanya is going to try to clean the ichor off of
Okay.
Reza and Garrett by casting Prestidigitation.
Nope.
Nope.
Roll
It won't
me a Arcana check. It's a very low-powered spell for something so sticky, but if you roll stupidly high, I may let you off. I may give you one of them.
Garrett's holding 2 anti-magic orbs.
Good point. You can't.
Oh, they're around.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Every
I
time.
forgot about that. Yeah. Any magic within 10 feet of Garrett is, yeah.
So would the webs not hit them either?
No, because it's a liquid, not magic. It's a sticky liquid.
Yeah, I was trying. I had to try. I had to ask.
Okay, so since I can't cast through where he's at, I'm gonna try to. I'm just gonna use movement to get into
Okay.
a better position, and I'm gonna
Okay.
move like over here,
Okay.
and then as a bonus action, Cypher, you get my
Bardic inspiration.
My bardic inspiration.
How do you inspire him? What do you say to inspire him, Vanya?
She looks at him and says, "It's never late to be what you might have been. Be what you want to be today."
With that,
Okay.
And that's her
Cypher,
turn.
over to you.
Feels confused but inspired.
Cypher's gonna move. There's 10 feet radius on those orbs, or 15.
10.
I'm just gonna move. No, move! Stop. There, so I'm just outside the radius,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna hold an attack action,
Okay.
and that is my turn.
Garrett, over to you. Just roll me a very quick survival check. Garrett and Reza. But,
Oh, survival? Okay.
yeah. You're both aware that you can cut through this as it solidifies around you. You would be able to cut free from it if you wanted.
Well, that's what I shall do.
All right. Straight up, roll me an attack. Can't use psychic blades.
That's a good point. It's the same attack roll.
Yeah, it is. So 10 certainly hits. Just yeah, the blade, with it being an actual blade this time, it gets caught for a moment in the sticky, sticky strings of this webbing. But at the last minute, you force it through. I think it's probably the same sort of damage with the psychic blade. So roll damage.
The damage will be more. So what, let me just
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
5.
Damage roll 5. Mate, bang on. 5 HP. You managed to carve the chirurgeon's bone knife through the webbing. And with a shift of weight, you free yourself at the last minute.
Okay, I'm gonna move
Okay.
15 feet this way
Yeah.
to give all the magic users a clear line of sight.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start edging my way around to Amvara.
All right, go for it.
There we go.
Hold my beer one time, grow up and fly straight. I mean, I don't know, dude. What can I say? I don't want to grow up. All right, so with you heading there, any further actions, Garrett?
No, I'm just gonna say for effect. Amvara, I thought you were dead.
That's fair, my bad. You just see Anvara slowly turn her head to look at Garrett before turning back to stare at Morgan. Bear in mind, even though Morgan's covered in this webbing, he's stuck to the bench. His eyes are just fixated on the returning Anvara. He keeps trying to mutter something, but no words leave his mouth. All right. With that, any further actions, Garrett?
Nah, I've used damn near everything.
Okay, Reza, over to you.
Okay, so Reza is going to follow Garrett's lead and cut herself free
Okay.
with her malice blade.
So you pull Anvara's sword out.
And she's gonna yell while she's cutting herself free. You come back for this, you can't have it, bitch!
Alright, alright.
So yeah, attack roll against the
Yep,
lady.
straight attack roll. 11 is enough. You manage to ram the malice blade into the webbing with a quick swish of the blade. Roll damage. Yep, you easily cut yourself free as well.
Alright, so then she is going to... I still have all my movement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. She is going to move up and get into... she sees Garrett doing that. She's going to move up and get into melee range. Right there.
Alright.
And I'm assuming I can't attack because I use my
Your
action for
attack,
myself.
correct. Your attack was to cut yourself free.
Alright, then she's just gonna stand there with her sword at the ready looking at this plague doctor and Morgan, like, a stance that's like, don't you dare interfere.
Alright.
That's for sure.
As the twins kick off into action, the first mauler to break free from the sewers, charging straight into the warden, barreling through the barrels. Hey, hits him twice. Oh, is that enough to kill him? I don't think it is.
Be enough to fucking kill me.
It's nearly enough to kill him though. So as the mauler barrels through, bringing both of these rusted iron maces on its arms down on the warden, almost like a gorilla beating its chest. The only difference is that obviously this time it's a man in tin can armor. He's not looking good. The other mauler will charge into this group of townsfolk who are currently petrified, frozen in fear. I'm not even going to make a roll for that. I'm just outright. The first two are smushed by these two spiked mace hands of the mauler. Morgan's Guard are going to kick off into action. First one near Reza. He will do the only thing he can do, and he will, strike out towards it. He sees someone moving in towards Morgan with mace at the ready. Fucking hits. Oof. 5 points of damage. So he really brings that mace down hard on your head. The other Morbus Doctores are going to move in towards the mauler. And that guy doesn't really care for the civilians, so we know what's going to happen down here, don't we?
Bring the fluff and over.
So the Doctore cleaner brings this bronze tube to bear and immediately opens up the incinerator on the mauler. Oh my god! Oh, is my the animation's not working? Gutted. No, they should do. Yeah, I think it's just a bit laggy at the minute. Alright, so. Fucking crit, holy shit.
There you go.
Oh. There we go.
You didn't roll that as a crit.
I didn't roll that as a crit. Let's try that again.
More Flammenwerfen.
More. That's better. So. Yeah. So immediately this pilot light on the front of the bronze tube just bursts into life as this jet of liquid flame shoots out. Nope. Setting it on fire. Alright. Okay. The other guys they will... Let's just knock off a bit of HP to say that the crossbowman opens up and the other enforcer with his club just tries to hit it. Wardens, one guy is currently injured. He's going to try and defend himself. Let's just go straight in with the old warden on the other side there. I will roll it at advantage since there's two of them. They hit it. Oof, terrible. Alright. Other mauler. We've done that one already. So, straight up to Scurrier. At this point, Garrett, you see... It's going to come for you. You're the closest. You see the body twist, almost like a boat rocking on the waters as this head, upside down head, turns and the eyeballs just look over, see you, and with that, it scoots over the body of the Savager straight towards you. With the first claw. Oh,
Yeah, that hits.
in fact, that should be... Bear with me, that shouldn't be proficient with that. Let me re-roll that one. Alright, strategy. Fuck me. Never mind. Right, first one's a miss. I will do that in a minute. It's multi-attack. Second attack from it. I'll take it. So, first attack. What do you do as the first claw comes down towards you?
I'm going to try and dodge it and counter-attack.
Go for it.
Oh, that's the wrong button, sorry.
It's alright.
Delete it.
Yeah, it's all gone.
There we go.
Certainly enough to... certainly enough.
Mm-hmm. And I'll as its turn, not mine, I can still use my sneak attack on it
You can.
because your boy's been reading.
Yep.
For another 8 damages.
8. Alright. As the claw comes down, you literally just spin round, sever it. One of its legs are separated from its body. But it is sadly with that where the other claw behind comes in and hits you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a crit. I'm so sorry on this one. Please don't be high. Oh!
That's fine. I use my reaction to use the Chirurgeon's Blade.
And what's this? What reaction is that?
It is the opportunist strike.
Okay.
Once per long rest, as a reaction, you can
Yeah.
resist it to make the the monster take its damage, basically. And
Oh,
my sneak attack damage on top.
you son of a bitch! I don't think you get sneak attacks. You've used it once already on its turn.
The sneak attack's actually part of the as the thing.
Oh, it is. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
fuck.
yeah.
Oh god, no. What have I done? Yeah, that's fine. So, in that case, then, roll your sneak. That's really good. Roll your sneak attack damage.
Is that as crit as well? Because it was a crit attack.
So I'm going to say no. The only reason being is with that being a crit,
Yeah, okay.
I could say no, it's a crit. I'm not letting you do that because it's a crit.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
But because of how cool it is, I will let you roll it just at normal damage. 7. Oh my god! So 7 on top of its 15 damage. Explain how you twist this You know, in fact, give us the whole scene. You cut one of its arms off. How's it look?
Okay, I cut the first arm off, and it reels back and launches itself towards me with all its strength and weight. And just as the last second, Neo style, Garrett twists his body in an almost acrobatic, contortionist style pose, and then springs back up with a dagger at the ready and plunges it into the other arm.
With a horrific sort of squeak around the around the streets, the scurrier rears back slightly, almost if taking a bit more of a defensive stance, using the corpse of the savager that it killed earlier. It's pissed. Because it's multi-attack, it can also do... I wasn't going to do it, but I am now, just out of spite. Having been wounded so grievously, whatever spirit's been imbued in this body just drives it on for further aggression, and with that it'll lunge out with the two large spider-like fangs towards you. Oh my god, that was amazing. 13.
Misses.
No! So, I guess with the last little bit of artistic flair, you turn to the side as these two giant, venomous, fuck's sake, fangs just impact into the cobbles alongside you. Vanya, over to you.
All right, so Vanya witnessed the plague doctor hitting Reza, so she's gonna come up from behind, and as she's like walking up, she's taking her gloves off and putting them in her pockets.
Okay.
Because she means business, and she's going to attempt to. There it is. Attack him.
All right. Go for it. Yes.
So hopefully you will allow this, but she's going to grab his arm, wherever the skin is exposed.
Yep.
She comes up with one hand, with the sword in the other, to stab, so that she's touching his bare skin.
Okay. All right. It's not enough to kill him, but you just puncture the rapier through him. What are you wanting to do with your ability?
Well, with the positivity is gonna go through him, and he's just he's kind of thinking.
He's thinking, I'm positively going to kill this bitch for stabbing me. She's going to fucking die.
So it wouldn't work?
It would make him positive, absolutely.
Okay.
He would be very positive that he's now going to murder you.
So I've fueled his rage a little bit more with the positivity.
You've reinforced his views to positively kick the shit out of you for for running him through with a rapier.
Okay, well that did not work the way that I wanted it to.
No. Don't. He's nearly. He's nearly dead though. Cypher.
She's gonna put her gloves back on, by the way.
Okay.
Cypher is incensed that this fucking creature who should be living in a cage is attacking his Garrett. So in a fit of fucking rage, he's gonna pull his orb out and cast a spell. He's gonna cast Aggressive Shade, cast at level set 2 upcast to level 4.
Oh my god. Right, throw up the orb just so we know what we're
Hold on, wait.
what we've got.
It's in my inventory, isn't it?
Yep.
Focusing crystal. But there we go.
So the focusing crystal. Once per long rest, by spending a bonus action, you can cast a spell through this crystal, and basically upcast it by 2 levels.
Two levels, and because aggressive shade is just catapult, at 4th level I can pick up something bigger. What I'm gonna pick up is
Let me guess. No.
Him.
Okay. All right. You're gonna.
the person,
Okay.
and I'm gonna
All right.
throw him at the spider.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. All right, here, let me go with it. Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me. There's something else that potentially may kick in, but I want to see some rolls first before I. So.
Damage.
I'm gonna say that because that guy's currently webbed to the floor.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say the dexterity saving throw of the scurry is done at advantage, but if it fails, it will be I will say you double the damage because this it's like a slingshot. You know, the amount of force being exerted. The web will send him even quicker if it snaps. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of get where I'm going with it.
Yeah, I'm downtown Leicester Brown with you.
All right. It's not exactly the most dexterous of things, so let's give it a go. And okay, what am I doing? Dexterity saving throw at. In fact, we won't do it at advantage. I will say I'll give it its a 1d4 proficiency on it. No, fuck you. I said advantage. Fuck you. Not that it matters. Oh my god! What did I roll there? I rolled a 11 and a crit fail. Of course I did. You can't see that, but I in fact, let me. I'll bring that up in chat quick, just so I'm not lying to you, chat. 5 and a 1. Sorry, 11 and a 5. All right.
So situational bonus is an extra 2d8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dukin.
Yeet!
What happens? First things first. It's not enough to kill it, but do you want me to describe this, or do you want?
Does this guy also take the damage because
that
he
guy's-
uses projectile?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hand this over to you and say what happens here.
So he's struggling against his this fucking web, and he's like, oh, fucking stuck. And unbeknownst to him, his shadow behind him is growing massive on the wall, and then it just lunges down and grabs him, tears him up, cobbles and all, and fucking throws him at the spider. So he's just lifted like 10 foot in the air, and then just like a missile towards the spider.
All right. He just turns into a human cannonball. The rear side of the scurry is crumpled in by the impact. He's just, immediately gone.
Painted the spider. And that is my turn.
All right. So, fucking hell, so he's dead. That's been hit with 28, so let me apply the damage to that. The scurrier by this point is just convulsing, twitching. Garrett, over to you.
Well, we've got to make this look good, so I'm going to attack the scurrier.
Nope.
Fucking 9. The Trudge's blade is cursed. I will just say that. 90.
19 hits.
Or 7 damages.
I'm going to quickly throw in a reaction to that hit.
Mhm.
I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please.
Cough. Yeah.
So, as you stick the blade into the scurrier, let me apply the damage, there we go. Immediately, the amount of damage now done to it, the rear web sac is beginning to splurt fluid everywhere. And you find for a moment you can't pull the dagger out. So, you can choose to keep hold of the weapon or let it go.
Just mechanically, do I still get my sneak attack damage on that? 'Cause it's a new turn, and I would have sneak attack back.
Sneak attack comes
From the hit.
the hit of the Chirurgeons.
No, the hit of the second dagger.
You've not got advantage at the moment.
You're absolutely right. Well, I'll shut up then. Yeah, I haven't got these things.
It's all good.
In that case, I shall leave the bog standard dagger in its arsehole.
All right.
Upstairs.
So you manage to just ripple your hand away at the last minute as the sticky fluid just begins to envelop the knife and suck it into it slowly. You get the impression that, if you'd have held onto the knife, you'd have probably had your hand stuck there for a bit. Any further actions?
Yes. In my bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. I'm going to cunning action to disengage.
Okay.
And move over to Amvara.
All right. It's funny you should do that because it's actually her turn next.
Mm-hmm.
And she will... Is that you done, by the way, Garrett?
Yeah, that's me done.
All right. As you step... Excuse me. As you step close to Amvara, she will... she's been ordered to at least, put a show on. So she will strike out towards you with a dagger.
Oh yeah, that hits.
That hits. She's still pretty quick for 5 points of damage. It almost seems like a automatic response to you getting close, not like a planned thing to strike you. You just see immediately, her eyes are still locked on Morgan, and as you come closer, the blade just is unsheathed from her side and stabs out. Reza, over to you.
Okay. So when Vanya attacked this Doctore, did he turn around to face her?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he would have turned around to pointing towards Vanya and be like, you just hear through the muffled mask, "Oh, you're fucking dead."
Alright, since he's occupied at the moment, Reza's gonna take the her malice blade and try to get a little stabby in on Morgan. And can I do this at advantage since he's restrained in the sticky shit?
Yes.
Beautiful. She's going for deadly.
Okay. That hits. What happens to him? How does Morgan die?
So Reza takes Anvara's blade and just stabs it through his throat. And she says, "I'm not gonna fast talk your way.
The biggest fuck up ever has been accomplished. Okay. I will just finish the last of my Jaeger for that one. Drink for the homie. Should I say homies?
And then she's gonna yank the sword out, turn around to the guy who's facing Vanya.
Mm-hmm.
And for her bonus action,
Yes, your bonus action.
she is going to attempt to bite into his neck from behind him.
Okay. Go for it.
Is this normal, or did she have an advantage in any way? 'Cause
No,
he's not
in
paying
fact, no.
attention.
Actually, with him being like fully focused on Vanya, then yeah, I would let you. I would give you a edge.
Thank you.
Yep, 22 hits.
So normal damage for him.
Which is
7
enough.
points of damage.
And then the
So
first
as
attack
he-
damage. Yep, go for it.
That's what she would heal.
Correct.
So she just kind of grabs the back of his neck and just sinks her teeth in, and as he goes unconscious, she just slowly lowers him to the ground.
There we go. And with that, one of the Doctore enforcers is down.
And that's all for my turn, but she's gonna look up at Vanya and just like give her this nod of approval, like, you did good.
Vanya's gonna give 2 thumbs up and smile with her gloves on.
That's my turn.
All right. So Mauler, first guard. This thing has just got to get rid of the guards first, since they're its immediate threat. 13's not enough. He's going to slap him again. 21 is. All right, that guard is. Oh no, wrong guard, but never mind. The one who was wounded is crumpled in his armor as he is knocked into a bloody pulp on the ground. Seeing that, Twist of Fate. On a success, it's going to start looking for more people to crump. On a fail, okay. Yeah, in that case, then he's not going to worry about the other warden behind him. He's going to see this guy over here, and in a inhuman sprint, just set off towards this other webbed guard. Obviously, the warden will strike out towards him. A bit of look of disbelief. Holy shit! Let me crit that. As fuck it. As the mauler turns around and begins sprinting towards the webbed Doctore Enforcer, the guard just immediately throws his sword into the back of the mauler, and as he will give chase, he's going to pick up his companion's sword. Morgan's guards. That guy is webbed. He's just going to try and break free. Which he doesn't. Never mind. It doesn't manage to break free. The other guys are going to slap in on... Oh, come on. Come on, Foundry. What are you doing to me? So yeah, you begin to see, like, the various members of the Morbus Doctore starting to struggle against these giant flesh maulers, along with the wardens. And there are a few good hits in. From the Doctore folks. That wouldn't hit with a 12. So I'm just going to speed this up for everyone, just so it's not an NPC generator. No. Oh, shit. Okay. In that case, that oversprays. Oh, no. Someone roll me a twist of fate. On a success, it hits the civilian. On a fail, it hits the Doctore. All right. Civilian is cleansed.
No witnesses. Yeah.
No witnesses. Yeah, pretty much at this point, the Doctore cleaner at the back is just spraying fire across the entire area. Scorching the bodies. In fact, that guy would also be completely scorched. Alright. Leads back round. Warden, he'll just give chase. He's not going to be able to make it in time. Scurrier! Doesn't like Cypher after that. So, having been hit with this corpse, the Scurrier with its two front legs now severed and dangling, spins round, sees this crumpled body that hit it from behind, and just locks eyes on Cypher, and with a horrific squeal, will start running towards him. It's still got other claws, but I will do its attacks with its claws at disadvantage due to the fact that it's had its main ones cut off. So the first swing, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The first claw slams down on Cypher for 12. It'll then scoot round him to Reza with its second claw, again at disadvantage. Try and slam into Reza. 11.
Nope.
Nope.
15 is what he'd have to meet.
And then, last but not least, it will attempt to, with its claws, or with its bite. Ah. None of you would really be tasty. In that case, I'm going to try and recharge its web. No. All right. Vanya, over to you.
Vanya, seeing a Cypher just, get hit, and she can't take it, so she's going to cast Arcane Kaleidoscope
Okay.
at the creature to try to stop it.
All right. Eleven's not high enough. As the arcane energies ripple out. The various butterflies, the razor-sharp butterflies begin to form in the air. And as they shoot towards it, it just at the last minute drops its legs, complete like a star, just drops to the ground, and this wave of kaleidoscopic energy just bursts over the top of it.
That's it for Vanya.
All right, Cypher.
Cypher, wounded, is going to contract all of the shadows close to him.
Okay.
And cast Shadow of the Abyss.
Constitution saving throw from it. Loves it.
It doesn't take half damage, does it? It's just...
Yeah, it takes half damage, but it's not pushed.
Oh, it does half damage, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
5 demuges.
5 demuges. At this point, as the shadows just begin to tear away at the creature's remaining flesh and legs, it begins to just skitter around, dropping to the ground. Still flailing around like a spider that's had its legs pulled off, but in a bad way. Any further actions?
He's gonna look at Reza, furious, and he goes, "Alive! We needed him alive!" That is my turn.
Garrett, over to you.
Well, seeing as the plan has been completely destroyed, and many days of fucking preparation have gone out the window, I was just going to push the fucking bag with the orbs into Anvara's hands.
Okay. The puppet of Anvara, retracting the knife, just is hit in the chest by this small bag with these 2 orbs in, and for a moment her head looks down, grabs them, and without making any further eye contact with Garrett, she turns round to look at the sewer. Any further actions, Garrett?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. As she's gone, I'm not gonna take an opportunity attack at her because
She won't. Yeah.
And I'm gonna take off a run.
Okay.
And 30 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cunning action to dash.
Okay.
I'm gonna come up behind the old thingy.
Scurry up. Yeah.
That's the one. And get my fucking side blades out.
Yes. At last. Oh, piss off.
There he is.
God damn it. That would
19.
be enough to kill it. Yes. Yeah. What happens to it?
Garrett turns a run and he sort of leaps in the air, daggers in his hands, and just lands on his back with all his weight and cuts a twin groove down his back.
And with that,
doesn't like it when things hit Cypher.
the last vestiges of what you could potentially call life or animation leave the scurrier as it drops to the cobbles, no longer moving. Cypher, you would notice a very brief flicker of blue energy just dissipate from the corpse.
Okay.
Any further actions?
I'm going to use my remaining movement just to put myself in between Cypher and the big fucking monster.
Yeah. All right. Alvara, she's gone. She dips into the sewers, orbs in hand. Never to be seen again, potentially. Who knows? All right, Reza, over to you.
So Reza's gonna turn around and sort of look at Cypher and Garrett for a moment and just... She doesn't quite look like herself. And she's gonna say, as she moves over here 25 feet, if any soul deserves to rot in oblivion, it's his. And then she is going... Oh, a lot of explaining to do. Then she is going to take...
Yeah.
She's going to take Thicket out and with one of her arrows of slaying, aim for
The warden.
the warden.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So which attack do I use? The attack for arrow of slaying or Thicket?
Roll your attack with Thicket. He's certainly hit with the arrow of human slaying. So basically roll damage, but add an extra 6d10 to the situational bonus. So as if we go, yeah, yeah, 43's enough. Go for it.
So she just aims for like his throat again and hits him with the arrow of human slaying. And then for her bonus action, she's gonna yell, "Go get what you want," aimed towards the remaining Doctori. And then she's gonna start walking away. And that's her turn.
All right. Yeah. Morgan's Guards, which would now be, we'll rename them to Morbus Doctori. Would any of them see? Let me roll a perception check. Because they... Alright, yeah. Alright, so the one guy who's currently here, he will have saw... Or he's seen... Fucking words! He would have seen... There we go, that's better. He would have seen what transpired between Garrett and Anvara. Or at least he would have seen Anvara strike him and then drop down the sewers with the orbs. In fact, let's make the game decide. He's seen it.
The one in front of the fire guy?
Yeah, the one in front of the fire guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So he would have seen it. But not much they can do at the minute. So Morbus Doctori are going to just engage in combat to try and fight off these beasts. Guy with the thing misses. Crossbow guy comes in, tries to put a bolt into the brute, hits it, and then last but not least, Mr. Flame guy, he's he knows his friend whose web's fucked, so he's just going to continue just trying to incinerate the big guy at the bottom, which misses. Someone roll me a twist of fate. I didn't. In fact, bear with me. Let's say on a success it hits his friend. On a fail it hits the brute. Hits the brute. So, as this gout of flame continues to roll out for another 6. All right. By this point, this would take a little bit more damage. So, this flaming ogre, or again, flesh construct, is still just flailing around, pounding away at the Morbus Doctore gaze whilst being on fire. That warden's dead as fuck. That warden's dead as fuck. The other mauler will... Why not? Pound this guy to mush.
Nice.
Go all in. Certainly hits him. Goes in for the ground pound. For 12. Oh, it's not enough to murder him. So yeah, just basically brings both of its crushers up and just begins crashing into... in fact, he had advantage. Never mind. Scurrier is dead as Fook and out of the fight. Vanya, over to you.
So Vanya is going to come this way.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, just stepping over things. Squish, squish, squish.
Yeah.
And she's going to attack the big guy that's on fire.
Okay.
And, you know, she's tired of messing around, and she's just going to use her magic missiles on him.
All right. Are you going at first level, or are you... yeah. Straight in?
First level, yeah.
Okay.
So
3. It is indeed.
Yeah.
And one more for good measure. Nice. That's pretty solid, actually. You managed to just blast these multicolored balls of arcane energy into the back of the mauler, and it stumbles forward a little bit. You know, by this point, its flesh is starting to burn and crumble away, and that's just opened up a large cavity in the back. It's dropped below 30% HP, so let me do a quick test to see whether or not it still stands. No. So it will drop to a knee as you blast it in the back, causing the its top just to sort of wave around as the creature just falls. Any further actions?
Yeah, she's just gonna finish her movement, like just kind of. She's just like, ugh, she's just still stepping and stuff, and she's like, I'm just gonna kind of move over here, and then that's her
turn. Who knows? Cypher, over to you.
Well, this one's barely hurt, so we need to take care of this one. That's Josh. Let's just Shadow Bolt it, hey?
Okay, which one are you going for?
The one I've got marked. 9. Miss.
Ah, yes. You got advantage on your roll. It's prone.
Not this one.
Oh, that one. Sorry, no, yeah, the big one. Yeah, my bad.
No.
Yeah, it, as you send the Shadow Bolt out, it raises its arm up, and it just hits the iron. Any further actions? I mean, at this point, what I will say, with it being at the top of the round, if you want a few seconds to quickly bark, you know, a new plan since things have gone awry, you guys aren't currently in any immediate danger. You know, the big maulers pounding on this poor guy who's still webbed, and the other guys are still, you know, trying to fight off the other mauler at the back. So it would give you a moment for a brief, you know, a very brief bit of, you know, what the fuck now? If you want to take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll be like, well, what now? Do we just run?
The whole point of the plan was to get word back that we don't have the orbs anymore. That's gone out the window now. One of these needs to survive.
Okay. So I'll use a bonus action to convert 2 sorcery points to regain first level spell slot.
Okay.
And Vanya's gonna say, so we should probably help them by killing those big guys and then get out of here, right?
Yeah, one of them needs to survive, else this is all for nothing.
And it looks like they hit pretty hard.
All right.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Yep. Garrett, over to you.
Okay, the web guy, can I class him as being friendly to us at the moment?
I would say yes. He's currently, I would say, not only webbed, probably knocked prone, screaming as this giant brute is trying to squish him into the fucking cobblestones.
I'm just asking for sneak attack reasons.
Yeah. No, mechanically, no. Actually, no, you know what? I would allow it because it's currently focused on turning this guy into jam. So yeah, I would say the maulers. While that guy's currently live, yes, I will allow advantage.
Okay. I pressed that button twice. I didn't need to.
I'll get rid of one for you. 24 hits it.
Quapang.
6. As the blade bites into it for another 8. It seems unfazed. It's still bringing its arms up in a last attempt to pound this guy into strawberry jam.
Well, we're going to throw the other one because what's better than one and I miss.
10, yeah. It's not so much that you miss. It's just that, again, the blade just doesn't bite deep enough into the construct's flesh. It just seems to, again, be single-minded purpose of pate making. Any further actions, Garrett?
Nah, that's me.
Reza, over to you.
All right, so Reza's. She obviously heard that talking, and so she's. For a moment, like during Cypher's turn, she just kind of put a hand to her forehead and shook her head like she was shaking something off, and then started swearing under her breath. And then she's gonna go and start smacking on this big dude over here. She's just gonna run up behind him.
Right up in his grill.
Oh, right up in that construct booty grill. And
I mean,
she's gonna.
They'd be pretty taut.
Yeah, so she's gonna attack him with
Okay.
Alice Blade.
Yep, you get advantage. Thank fuck. Whoa. So 20 is certainly hit. As you carve into it for 8 damages.
And then. Oh, I don't want to bite this thing. I don't think this would be a thing she could bite.
You could, but you can tell it's not living.
Nah, no. Is there any way I could do like a bonus attack with a dagger? I don't think I can do anything else.
No.
Okay, then that's her turn.
I would say, have a look over anything that's got all of the weapons in their description.
Mm-hmm.
Have got things they can do. Have a look over them. That Mauler is going to once again strawberry jam this guy. Thank fuck for the advantage. Oh god, I rolled a 1. Normal. 18 damage. He is well and truly pasted. The Doctore enforcers screaming on the ground, trying to wrestle to his belt pouch to grab a knife at the last minute, and it's just not quick enough as these two giant iron-spiked gauntlets crash down on him. With that, I'm just going to turn around. Just going to see just going to move it back so I can target you. It sees a juicy little target next to it. And we'll pick up the body of this man it's just crushed and toss it at Reza. Sort of using the front spikes, he just stabs it into the corpse of the Doctore, picks it up in the air, and just launches it towards her. 22. You are hit by the body of this Doctore. For 10 points of damage, I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please.
Strength, okay. Sure, it's not Dex.
At that range, I can tell you for a fact it's strength.
Okie dokie. You said strength save?
Strength save. 9. You push back 5 feet.
Okay.
As this body slams into you, you are knocked back slightly.
So like there?
Yeah, wherever. Either there or to the side. Entirely up to you. Alright.
Okay.
Doctore, he's dead. These guys are hopefully going to put some work in and get rid of this big thing. So, guy with the mace. Holy shit. Goes Rambo. For 9 points of damage. Oh, yeah. Crossbowman. Same again. Light crossbow. Attack with advantage because it's knocked prone. As the bolt rings out, it hits it in the head. Oh, shit damage. Ooh. Alright, and then last but not least, we've got the old incinerator guy who is going to hopefully finish this thing off. I should have rolled that at advantage. 20, let me just roll it again just to make sure I don't crit. Which I don't, okay. So it hits it. Comes in with the old Trogdor as... Oh, no. Apply damage. Not enough. So yeah, this other Doctore cleaner just stood there, his trench coat blowing in the wind as he's just holding the trigger down on this incinerator, just dousing the entire area and and the Mauler with fire. In retaliation, the Mauler will swing out with a hand at the closest thing, which would be that guy there. Fucking no way! So he... that was meant to... Alright. You just see from behind the scenes the Doctore cleaner and the cleanup crew just going to town. This, having been hit in the back by Vanya's magic missiles, causing it to fall forward, they just begin to pile on. The crossbowman just puts a bolt through the head of the construct. Every time it tries to raise its hand to beat someone, the guy with the mace just slaps it down. And then last but not least, the torchbearer steps forward and just begins to gout flame all over the body of this last mauler. Vanya, over to you.
So she's gonna see that one that she was working on go down, and had also witnessed this one turning and starting to attack Reza, and is again gonna be like, let's try to get this over with, and she's gonna cast magic missiles, but this time do it at the 2nd level.
All right.
And that is, what is that one? 5?
4.
4.
Yeah.
4. Okay.
Yeah, for every up level, you get an extra shot, basically.
You see me trying to get 2 extra shots.
I mean, I don't blame you. That's some good rolls there. Some very good rolls. Holy shit. Fucking hell, it's knocked it down to 30% again. Constitution. 16, yeah, it's fine. It's not knocked down. So yeah, at this point, it's just blasting into its chest with this arcane energy. Shards of metal are beginning to break away. One of the gauntlets is blown off. And you just hear this emitted from it as it stumbles there. Just large gaping holes now in its chest as well. Any further actions, Vanya?
She's just gonna move kind of closer to the gates in case she needs to run closer to Cypher and Garrett, and then that's her turn.
All right, Cypher.
Once again, I'm just going to shadow bolt.
Okay.
$12.
Just enough.
Oh, okay.
Just enough.
7 damages.
7 damages. Welcome back,
Yeah.
Ali. All right. At this one, you end up hitting with the shadow bolt this central gem in its chest, and a loud crack is heard, and you, Cypher, would see this blue familiar energy begin to seep out
Do
of
I
the
know what
central
it is?
crystal. Yeah, absolutely.
I figured it out what it is. That
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
look
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And that's my turn.
All right, Garrett.
Does this fella here count close? Is he close enough for a sneak attack?
No, they're currently in the process of beating the ever-living shit out of that other mauler.
That's fine. In that case, Garrett will plant his feet and take steady aim.
Go for it.
And we'll start by targeting the thing, because that's always helpful.
21 hits.
That should have been an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, roll a second one if you want, just to try and get that crit.
I mean, I will take it.
Take the 22 instead.
I'll take the 22.
Yeah.
You know what?
All
I'll
right.
take the 22.
Yeah, I think you might. I would. For 6, yeah.
And then, as soon as the dagger goes in, the sneak attack's gonna pop out of it.
Oh
Terrible.
no, mate. Oh no. Is there a second dagger following the first?
You know there's a second dagger following the first.
20 hits. And that is actually enough.
Nice.
What happens to it?
The first dagger goes in and does absolutely naff all damage, and Garrett's like, what the fuck? So in his other hand, he forms a dagger that has got almost like a chisel that he's been working with Dwen for the last few weeks. And he lobs it straight at the gem in the middle of the thing's chest, trying to crack it open.
It does.
And it shatters it. And the monster sort of implodes on itself.
Yep. Yep. You know where I'm going with it. Go for it.
Mm-hmm. No.
Right, so as this gem cracks and begins to just fold in, implodes, the body just goes limp. And the construct falls to its knees. Its other arm that's still attached to its body just goes limp. And it just remains there in this kneeling position, head bowed, unmoving. Any further actions?
No.
Alright. Reza, over to you.
So Reza's gonna look around, and she sees both of the whatever these are called, maulers.
Yeah,
Are
basically
dead.
flesh construct, flesh golems.
Yeah, the constructs are both on the ground. Seems like the Doctori are going to live to fulfill their purpose of being witnesses.
You would notice they're turning their attention to you now. All of the Doctori turn round, weapons at the ready.
So Reza is going to run 30 feet the other direction. And yell out, "Why didn't you just leave with your lives?" That's it. She's not gonna dash away from the group yet. Because she wants to see what they do, but yeah.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Or intimidation, your choice.
Oh goodness. I'll do persuasion.
Okay. 13. Who knows what's going on behind those masks of theirs? Any further actions?
No, she's not going to take an aggressive action, and she's not going to run further. She's going to stick with the group.
All right. The Doctori will begin to move. First guy will move up between the corpses of the warden. Quickly followed up behind by the crossbowman, who immediately drops down in a defensive position. And then using the corpse of the mauler, the cleaner will move up. Pilot light still flickering, and they will hold position there, holding an action. They don't seem to be advancing. You guys have got a moment to discuss.
Cypher just kind of, because he stood behind Garrett, he'll just be like, and everybody's within close proximity, he'll be like, I'll see if I can get them to go away, yeah?
Salamanvara's got the orbs, and she's gone down the sewers.
Okay. Okay.
Make,
I got this.
make it out that she attacked me, hurt me real bad, and then took the orbs while I was hurt.
Okay.
If you need me to, I can calm them down if they seem a little angry right now.
We'll see
Or
what
I
their
can
response
try
is.
to calm them down. Okay.
So
God.
Cypher's gonna step forward.
Forgot about you had that spell. Okay. Immediately, as you step forward, Cypher, the crossbow is trained on you. The nozzle from the incinerator also points in your direction, and he would step forward to get within range.
Oh, wait. We don't have what you want. It's down there. And he's pointing at the sewers.
The enforcer behind looks over his shoulder towards the sewer, and then leans in towards the flamethrower, toting Doctore. Seems to be a little bit of communication between them.
Whatever it was that brought these things, and he gestures to the creatures, looked like Amvara. Very much looked like Amvara. Took the stones from my friend, and he gestures back to the injured form of Garrett. Stabbed him, took the gems, and left. None of us got what we wanted from this.
A voice from the lead Doctore, the guy with the flamethrower, rings out. 3 wounded. Weak. Perhaps we should burn you all now. Remove the evidence. But
How close is he?
within 10 feet of you.
I cast Prestidigitation and snuff out his flame. The pilot light.
As that occurs, the Doctore, you just see him squeeze the trigger momentarily, and then just this little bit of liquid squirts from the front, and nothing happens. And he looks down, and you just hear this. Very well. Very well. This Anvara, we believed she was dead.
No.
No,
So-
killed
sort
by
of.
ones who match your description, funnily enough.
Well, we thought she was dead, but we left her where she lay.
Very well. Do not wish to linger too long here in this part of town. It's far too... Well, it would seem that the rats scurry all over the place.
Shall we just go our separate ways and call it a loss for both of us?
The Doctore never loses. Granted, it is a setback, and... Well, you have at least proven useful in removing some of these corrupted influences from the city, so... Very well. And with that, he shoulders the flamethrower, and the white mask just offers a single nod, half respectfully, half begrudgingly. Well, then, in that case, I believe you are the one they call Cypher, Yes. Your
Hmm.
friend over there, well, he was useful.
Morgan?
Hmm.
Not really a friend.
No, no. Ah, well. I'm sure there are more informants from where he came from. Try and stick your noses to the ground. And with that, you see the crossbow in the back take the bolt from the crossbow, and the other guard drops the mace into a leather sheath at his waist, and with that, the 3 remaining Doctori turn to depart. Not before, though. Well, they wouldn't so much depart. They would step back, giving you a gesture to do the same.
Cypher will do the same. He'll like back up into Garrett and just keep walking back. Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing?
We're going to step back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As you all begin to step back, you see the lead Doctore just relight the incinerator. And immediately, the other Doctore begin to drag some of the closer corpses that can be carried, at least, into the burning pile of the townspeople. And yeah, with that, the purge begins. All right.
And this Garrett's going to say, just loud enough for the party to hear. Back to the folly.
Shoo.
All right. As you all begin to meander your way back through the streets of Market Row, eventually into lower streets, back to the Folly. You burst through the door. At this point now, you know, some of the locals have begun drinking and sitting, waiting for meals and partaking in the usual card games and dice games at the tables. What do you all do? In fact, before we carry on, I'm going to have to call a very quick break because I am busting after that.
Switch out.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh. Burb. Burb. Cheers, does. I'm back.
Welcome.
Cheers. Was that guy
Well-
born in the dark, perhaps moulded by it? He may have been, as well
Welcome
as,
back.
thank you, a bit of a reverse Mr. Freeze. Oh. Fucking DM think fast moment there. Fucking, I didn't plan on Doctore talking. Shit. Ah. That was good shit. Just waiting on Lucius and Jump, I believe, now.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Alright, just
Back
Jump.
as well.
Hello. So, as you step into the folly, you're greeted again by the sights and sounds of the usual punters playing their games, with the exception of a small crowd gathered at the far end around the makeshift pop-up stage.
My room now.
You depart to the sound of the multitude of punts. They go, yeah, fucking really? Can't you play something a bit more, jovial? My ears are bleeding. So you eventually head up into Garrett's room.
Garrett's got his back to the door as they all start filing in.
Before we start, guys,
Quiet.
I was talking. Oh, had a really good idea. I'll wait.
Vampire, you also can enter.
Reza steps in.
Garrett turns around, his face colder than anyone's ever seen before. His grey eyes like stone. So, who was unsure of our plan today?
Vanya raises her hand. I mean, I thought I knew it, but
Who was meant to survive?
Vanya raises her hand. Are-
Vanya.
Yes. Us and Morgan
And Taban.
and Taban. Yes, yes. They're right.
Who didn't survive?
Vanya raises her hand again.
Morgan.
Yes, Morgan. The one person in the enemy ranks we knew about. The one person we could feed disinformation to. The one person that could have made everything we did there more believable to the powers that be. And what happened to Morgan?
Vanya raises her hand.
There's this
That was rhetorical.
Reza just has this look on her face, she's just had to.
Break up a bit there. You talk a bit louder.
I had to. They I can't describe it, but it's like from the minute I saw him today, the only thing I could hear was the sound of his heart pounding in my ears, and it wouldn't stop.
What little trust I had in you is gone. You have put this group in danger.
Cypher gets up, limps over, holding his wound. Sad look on his face. Looks her right in the eye and goes, "You don't even know what you are, do you? Hmm? Stop pretending. You're not what you used to be. And when you figure out what you are, you'll be happy again. You'll be able to move forward instead of clinging on to this stupidity." You understand what I'm saying?
And at that point, Reza just... The control she had been holding since killing Morgan and the warden and all walking back just... And she almost snarls to Cypher. You want me to let go? You want me to let the monster out? It's an even greater danger to everybody here. And as she says that, like her face is twisting into this horrific, sallow, very reminiscent of the vampire spawn they fought in the cemetery. Her hands are turning claw-like, and her eyes turn from their crystal blue to black, and her hair like turns into this matted, stringy mess, and she says, "Is this what you want?"
Two tiny, gentle hands touch your face. And Cypher's face, he puts his forehead on yours and goes, "Look, aren't you beautiful?"
I'm a monster.
There's only monsters here. And Cypher's face is his normal face.
Ooh, I need to roll some.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out, I messed up pretty badly not too long ago. And I was given a second chance. And we all make mistakes, and we learn from them, and that's how we become better. And I can, if you want me to, I can touch everybody here so that they feel a little better and a little bit more positive. And I mean, I might get a little sick, but why don't we talk about how we fix this? But if anybody would like to be touched, I'm here. She takes a glove off.
You put
And
that
holds a
glove
hand up.
back on right now.
Okay. She puts back on. Just offering up a finger or two.
So where do we go forwards now?
Reza is still... You killed the warden so that they wouldn't come after any of us for what we did there to protect all of you.
The warden didn't need killing. He was fighting with us. He would have added credence to what Morgan would have been saying. We have good relations with the wardens. We've helped them in the past.
How quickly would that change when they saw magic users in our midst?
They've overlooked it before.
Have they?
Of course. They knew what we were and what we did. They knew exactly what happened to that corpse.
I see I've been wrong twice today. Reza starts to move towards the door.
You need to take some time to think if you want to be part of this group. Because working against our interests will not be tolerated anymore. And for the time being, you're no longer welcome in my living area. And all that that implies. I rescind my invitation.
Reza quickly steps out of the room and says, I do want to be here, but I think I may be more for a danger than a help.
You have no idea the danger of some of the people in this group. You're not special.
Thank you, Garrett.
You are one of us, for as long as you wish to be one of us.
And Reza will just stand on the other side of the threshold, and you can see sort of like this trying very, very hard to like focus and look like herself again. And she almost gets there. And she says, I do want to stay here. But I'll go away for 3 days and take some time to think, Garrett. And then I will come back and we can talk. How does that sound?
That's fine. Look after yourself. The door's not closed. We just need you to think more of the group rather than the self.
That's right. Individual commitment to a group effort. That's what makes a team work.
And then for the first time ever, Reza looks over at Vanya and isn't angry about her stupid sayings. She just nods and smiles. Walks away.
With that, Vanya, Garrett, Cypher, you three are left in the somewhat heavy atmosphere of the room.
Guys,
Yeah.
I know this was like, this was kind of an emotional time. But I got an idea. Are you guys ready to hear it?
Not really. I got red on me.
Garrett starts unpacking his medical kit.
Well, while you're doctoring him up, so I was talking to Julian, and he had like a really good idea of, classing the bar up if we like try to get like a different distributor, and I'm thinking like while Rez is trying to find herself, if I could somehow get into the coin flow district while she's doing that, and find us like some, you know, some really good spirits or something like that, or a distributor within there, I could find James. Maybe he has some connections.
Wait, go back. Jam.
James.
Oh, I thought you said jam. Fuck. Never
Yeah.
mind. Continue.
Don't eat my friend.
Vanya,
Yeah.
let me tend to Cypher. Go and listen to your entertainers, and we'll talk about it in the morning.
Okay. Because okay, we'll talk about it. And she leaves the room and pets Cypher on the head as she walks out.
Oh, don't touch my head. I got bonked.
Oh,
I love Cypher.
Garrett's still bleeding, by the way, but he's tending to Cypher first because
There's a reason.
Yeah. All right. I mean, yeah. If anyone wishes to use in fact, you'll have a short rest anyway. But if you want to use any potions or anything, Garrett, roll me a medicine check.
all right.
I want to regale you guys too.
Hey,
Oh.
still good at medicine checks.
Yeah. So, no bonuses, sadly. But again, that's probably due to the fact that you're also bleeding the fuck out.
Oh yeah, I'm having a bad time.
Yeah. Vanya, throw up your regale.
She's gonna, because she's just about to walk out the door, and then just, you know, just feels kind of like everybody needs to be a little bit uplifted. And says, you know, we fall sometimes, but we only do that to learn and to grow and to become a better, you know, part of this team, part of this group. So these wounds that you have won't last forever. They'll heal, but let them be reminders of the effort that you put in.
And with those words, you close the door behind you. So, with that, anyone who spends any hit dice on a rest, you gain an extra 1d6 hit points.
Nice.
Oh, that's pretty solid.
Unlike that roll. Oof.
You get an... Yeah, that was a bad roll. Yeah. Oof.
I'm on plus d6, so I'll take me up the max hit points.
Oh, so, yeah, with that, Reza, you go do Reza things. Vanya, you head downstairs. Oops, sorry, go on. Yeah, whatever.
I was gonna say I'll just let you know what she's doing.
Yeah. You have taken the first step on a dark path, and I approve. I approve. So, yeah, Vanya, you mingle downstairs, listen to the various instruments played, only a few at a time before Thaddeus departs in his usual flamboyant manner. And Garrett and Cypher, you end up resting and patching up, and with that, anyone wish to add any closing statements for that session? Whew. Roller coaster.
Unexpected.
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, I mean I'm on
Fucking
board
will
with
be.
it. I'm on board with it. I had to take a moment. I'm like, things have been thrown into disarray. We can still work with this. Oh, that was good. That was really good. Yeah, I set him up. You knock him down. That was fantastic. Part of me was hoping the Doctore were going to be butchered as well. I'm like, yes, yes. Dangle all these plot strings in front of me so that I may tug on them. But it's good shit. There will be some interesting things from all of that.
Got to salvage something of the plan, and it might go a different way, but
Oh,
hey,
absolutely.
you never
Oh,
know.
yeah. But it's going to be great. Trust me.
Random work for the Doctor, don't mind that.
It's
Tell a lie. Fuck those guys.
Yeah. It's opened up a whole world of possibilities. So I'm on board. All right. Well, if there's nothing else to add, I dare say bye, chat.
Goodbye, Joe.
Bye,
Bye,
chat.
Goodbye.
Oh, and I think I've got a mute button. There we go. Holy shit! That was a roller coaster and a half. Fuck. Whew. I wish I'd have had more drink for that session after all that. No, that was fantastic. Loved it. All right, I guess we will look for someone to raid. I don't know where to go. There's not many of the people I'm following on at the minute. So, in that case, let's go have a look, see who else is doing stuff in either tabletop or D&D, shall we? Ba-ba-bam. Yeah, all right. I'm going to flick us over to the end screen. Well, I'll find someone to raid. But everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves and the high stakes tension in there. That was yeah, awkward in a good way. That was fantastic. So with that, end of screen. I will see you all next Sunday for episode 18 of Pariahs. Ta-ta for now.